Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Welcome back to another episode of the Fat Man Camo Grind. We're slowly making progress. Not very good, but we're getting there. Yeah, we got diamond snipers. Diamond snipers. You can see it right now. Dude, they look beautiful. I'm really happy with the diamond in this game. Unfortunately, we are playing satellite this game, but it's fine. It's fine. We're moving on to subs. I figured I'd get those out of the way because I don't really want to use them. The class as a whole, in my opinion, is decent, but not broken. Other than like the MP5, that thing's just super strong right now, especially with the nerf that got reverted. We'll see what happens. We did switch over to hardcore. It's a bit easier to go for camos and stuff like that in hardcore, in my opinion. Especially on subs. I mean, on snipers, I would not bother, but it is what it is. Now, today, I did want to talk about maps. So, this has always been a point of contention or controversy, I suppose, depending on who you talk to. This game specifically, for the most part, I'm enjoying the maps. There are a few I don't hate, but at the same time, I don't enjoy playing. For example, Armada. I don't like it. I know some people do, and if that's your thing, good for you. Personally, can't stand it, dude, at all. I hate it. A lot of people hate Miami, and I can definitely see why. Personally, though, I kind of like it. Not my favorite, but at the same time, like, I'm happy if I get it. Wait, I gotta hit murder? Oh, it's not a one-shot in this game. Oh, well. My first game of hardcore. I haven't touched it much. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, maps. In this game, I enjoy most of the maps, for the most part. Again, there are a few I don't like, whatever. But even then, my least favorite map is Satellite. And even then, if I get it, I'm not just going to instantly back out every game, if that makes sense. In past CODs, there's always been like that one or two maps that are just abysmal, and if I get them, I will back out. For example, the limited time I spent on MW maps like the Palace, I instantly just left. What the hell? Whatever. But I mean, like Palace, I instantly left. There was one more, can't remember it. Again, I quit MW early on because I did not enjoy it. It was not my thing. We are getting dumpstered this game, by the way. It's just bear with me. Sorry about that, guys. We're not here for the quality. I can't shoot straight. All right, but okay. So here's where the controversial part comes in, I suppose. A lot of people bring up that game devs are just lazy when it comes to maps because they just implement maps from old CODs. For example, a big one that people point out specifically for this in Treyarch is Nuketown, right? It seems like every game Nuketown's brought back. I mean, it is. I personally love that. I love Nuketown. All right, I'm a loser. Nuketown is fun as hell. Like, it's good for challenges. I enjoy the way it plays. Everything about it is just nice, in my opinion. Same thing when they bring back, Firing Range, Summit, whatever. They're good maps. They're brought back because the community loves them. Call of Duty has made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of maps, but how many of them are pushed up to that like legendary status where they're brought back over and over again? Not a lot. I'm not saying COD can't make good maps anymore, but for the most part they don't, right? Like, when you actually think about it, not many of the maps are significantly, loved in most games, right? You might get that one map that, this is the best map in the game, but even then, you don't love it, if that makes sense. Like, you wouldn't want it in your next game. So, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, in MW, example of this I can think of would be Shoot House. Everyone loved Shoot House. Or liked it, I should say. Didn't love it. Liked it. It was one of their favorite maps in the game. Good. But I highly doubt people would be happy if they brought it back, you know, for example, in this game. I don't think people would want that. However, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, I like when they bring back those old maps. That's I do. Nuketown, Firing Range, Summit, whatever. What I really want to see in this game, in a DLC map, and this is just, again, this is my opinion, I would love to see something like Raid, Standoff, something like that. You know, those old maps, they're so fun, and they're good. I don't know what else to say about it, really. They're fun to play, they handle well, you know the community already likes them. Just everything about it. Like, and the thing is, if they do, people are going to complain because, oh, the devs are lazy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, they're putting out maps that are amazing. Like, they're putting out maps that people love to play. Period. I like when they reuse old maps. I just do. Not everyone does, and that's fine. But dude, we expect them to make new maps for DLC. Now, for the base game, for DLC, and if they're not good, you bitch. Fair enough. But when you look at, like, the percentage of maps Call of Duty has put out and how many are legitimately, like, legendary, I suppose, it's very, very, very low. Some games go their entire life cycle without coming out with a map that the community just loves to play. And I think that's where the issue is. People expect them to come out with new maps for DLC, and they can't. Right? They come out with a map and like, oh wow, that's pretty bad. Like, oh, that sucks. This was a waste of time. Like, no shit. The chances of having a good map are slim to none. So I'm gonna take a side track. I'm getting obliterated this game. Skill-based matching has screwed me. I was sweating the last time I played. Also, side note, my apologies for not posting videos yesterday, or streaming either, actually. It's with family coming in and the holidays coming around, it gets a little rough. I'm sure some of you guys can understand that. Yesterday, for example, I expected to record around the same time every day while because I have children and they take naps. And that's my chance for recording and all of that fun stuff. I didn't get that. We ended up having to leave. Very frustrated because this is what I want to be doing. And I know this is very nerdy, but personally, if given the chance, I would sit here and play this all day. I love this game. But yeah, but for maps specifically, I would like to see old ones return that people loved. That's just my hope. I love them. Like, I would love to see them in this game. I feel like something like Raid or Standoff would play really well and lend itself really well to the way this game runs and feels and plays and all that fun stuff. I think it would be a good call. Now, the problem is, if they do that, you also have people on the other side who are just gonna bitch and complain because they brought back old maps. And I don't get it, I guess, because the maps are tried and, like, they're already tested out. People know how they play. They feel good. And yet, you want them to make new maps that don't make sense and tend to be pretty bad. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I can understand the argument of, oh, well, we've already played those maps and I don't want to play them again. Fine. But on the other hand, like, we know what feels good. We know what plays good. There's just no pleasing the COD community ever, right? Like, the whole silent majority versus vocal minority. A lot of people say that doesn't exist, and I want to go ahead and tell you that's horseshit. It most definitely does. Look at this game already. I mean, you have people complaining constantly, and some of the issues rightfully so, but for the most part, it's more opinion based than anything. And people take it like at face value, like, oh wow, this game must suck if people are complaining, and that's usually not the case. We'll see, I suppose, on what comes out, but I think this game plays well, feels good. I can agree that there's a bit of missing content, right? 8 maps isn't that many, but when you think about it at the same time, like, MW launched, I'm fairly certain, with the same amount or less, and the majority of the maps on the game were shit. I think the only map on the game that I actually enjoyed even a little bit was Gunrunner, but it wasn't a good map. It was just the best of the worst, if that, I don't know. And if you disagree, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I would love to know what you guys have to say on this, on any topic, on any video. But for this video specifically, maps, man, I just feel like there's no sense in pushing out new maps that are statistically most likely to be pretty shit, instead of just put the old maps in that people love and have fun. You throw a map like, again, like Summit, Standoff, Raid, those are all, I'm talking Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 specifically, but I'm kind of biased. I grew up on Black Ops 2. I played the game for unhealthy amounts of time. But I just think those maps are so good, so much fun to play on, no matter what. But it's an issue to include it? Like, that doesn't make sense to me in the slightest at all. I just don't get it. I really don't. I feel like those maps would just play so well and feel good, and wouldn't have a ton of people just constantly complaining about it. But it's not okay. I'll never understand that logic. Honestly, I just won't. The maps would feel good. They would play good. We know how they play already. I don't know. I don't know what people are expecting, I suppose, when it comes to Call of Duty. Like, maps, again, statistically, aren't going to be good. I know that's a kind of a bad way to think about it, but it's the truth. If you're going to have them push maps out, like new maps, specifically for DLC, you're gonna have to expect it. Most of them are gonna be pretty bad. You look at MW, right? Again, and I hate to keep comparing it to the game because I hate it, but it's the freshest for everyone, right? So it's the easiest to compare it to, right? You look at all the maps that were put out. And I would say a pretty good portion of the community played nothing but Shoot the Ship. Shoot House and Shipment. That's it. Maybe, Rust 2, maybe. 3 maps. Out of all the maps that were put out, those are what drew people. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? They're small, faster paced, and with Rush and Shipment, people know them and know how they play. They're community known and tested maps. Like, they're gonna be good. Because we already know them. We know what to expect. Like, there's a reason why these maps do well when they're put out. By the way, I got absolutely obliterated that game. That was bad. That was really bad. But, I mean, it's bound to happen. Check my SBMM up. But anyways. Yeah, I would like, to wrap it all up, I guess, I suppose, I think the best thing to do would just to put older maps in the game. I would love to see that. And I'm not saying just older maps. I mean, maybe, do both. Have some new, some old. Or some new maps, some older returning maps. And see what happens. I don't know. I don't know. Please let me know down below what you think. I would love to hear what you have to say. And your thoughts on it. If you enjoyed this or you want to see more, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be I'm trying to put these out every day, as long as things don't get in the way. And if you would like to, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/deadredhead, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time every night other than Thursdays. So, with that said, you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is, and I'll catch you later.